Okay, thank you. Thank you for reminding. So assumptions natin guys, as I said, yung assumptions natin, dapat yung parameters natin, linear, yes. Yung model natin dapat linear in the parameters. So yung parameters natin, si B1, B2, B3, okay, hindi siya pwedeng naka-exponent, no? Hindi pwedeng naka-log or hindi pwedeng quotient siya B1 over B2. Hindi siya pwede. Yung mga dependent variables at saka independent, yung dependent variable at saka independent variables, pwede. Pwede mong ilog si Y. Pwede mong ilog si X. Pwede ngang 1 over X. Pwede yun. Okay? Pwede, may mga functional differences dun sa mga sa dependent tsaka sa independent. Pwede yun. Pero yung parameters dapat linear. Okay, second, the error term has a population mean of 0. So we discussed that before. Dapat yung average ng ano natin ng residuals natin dapat 0. And based on the concept naman of regression, talagang magsi-0 naman siya, no? Tapos no independent variable is a perfect linear function of other explanatory variables. So hindi pa pwedeng yung may multicollinearity. Kunyari, ano ibig sabihin ng may perfect collinearity? Kunyari, ito yung dependent variable natin y. Tapos independent variable x1, x2, x3. Kunyari, we have several independent variables. Let's say si independent variable 1, kunyari ang values niya 3, 6, 5, 2, 3, 10, kunyari ganyan. Tapos sa x2, ang value niya 6, 12, 10, 4, 6, 20. Okay, what do you notice about x1 and x2? They're perfectly collinear kasi si x2 makukuha mo lang naman by multiplying it with 2. No? You just multiply x1 with 2, then we have x2 already. So ito guys, perfectly collinear to. No? So magkaka-problem tayo sa model kapag sinama pa natin si x1 or x2 sa model natin kasi pareho lang naman sila eh. They're perfectly collinear. How about yung near perfect collinearity? Siguro 6. Tapos plus magdadagdag lang tayo ng any random number, a small random number. Kunyari between 0 and 1. Kaya ito kunyari magiging 6.02. Tapos ito 6.08. And then 12.08 pala.
Sir, excuse me po.
Yes.
Are you showing something because all I see is the real statistic website on your screen?
Me also, sir.
Sorry. Nakalimutan ko na naman. Thank you for...
Akala ko nababaliw na ako.
Sorry. Binaliw kita.
Okay lang, sir.
Ay, nako. The old...
Yun, thank you
kita
po.
na.
Kita na.
Yes, sir.
Salamat, sir.
Pag yung sinasabi ko, medyo wala na dun sa naririnig nyo. Sabihan nyo ako kagad, ha?
Kala ko.
Okay, sorry.
Okay lang, sir.
Ito yung sinasabi ko, guys. No? Ito. So, si Y natin, sulat na pala ako ng sulat dito. No? Si Y yung dependent variable natin. Si X yung independent, X1, X2, X3, etc. Now, si X1, ito yung values niya. 3, 6, 5, 2, 3, 10. Tapos si X2, 6, 12, 10, 4, 6, 20. Which means that you got X2 by just multiplying X1 with 3. Ayan. Perfect collinearity yan, guys. Related si X1 is equal to just twice or X2 is just twice of X1. So that's a perfect relationship, di ba? So pag ganyan, guys, wala. Hindi pa pwedeng gamitin si X1 or si X2 sa model natin. Bakit? Magkakaproblema tayo sa regression kasi mag-aagawan lang sila dun sa pag-explain kay Y. Okay? Since they're perfectly collinear. Or pag hindi naman perfectly collinear, pwedeng, kunyari sa X3 naman, is just X2 plus a certain, just a random number, a small random number. Ito pwede natin gawin sa X3 lang, 6 plus rand. So, itong rand na to, and a number between 0 and 1. No? So ito magiging kunyari 12 plus 12.08, no? Ito 6.01. Pag ganyan, bali, ano lang, yung number mo sa x2 plus a certain small number lang, ano pa rin yan, mataas yung collinearity. So, isa yan, that's one of the requirements, guys, sa classical linear regression model. No independent variable is a perfect linear function of other explanatory variables. Number 4, model is correctly specified. Ano naman tong specification bias na to? So, kunyari, si y, x, actually, ang relationship nila is, kunyari, quadratic, no? Si y is a function of the squared of x. Tapos, imo-model mo siya linear. Linear lang. Magkaka-problem tayo kasi ang relationship talaga ni y at saka ni x, dapat naka-square si x. Okay? So, pag ganyan kasi quadratic, guys, iba na yung shape ng natin yan, ng relationship, no? So, tapos i-function mo lang, imo-model mo lang si y as x lang. Okay, magkakaproblema tayo dyan. We're going to discuss this. Ang tawag dyan, guys, specification bias. Mali yung model na prescribe natin. Okay? And then number 5, error terms are uncorrelated. Okay? Now, sabi ko dati, guys, this is also called autocorrelation. No? The error terms are related to themselves. This is more a problem of time series rather than of cross-sectional data. Hindi natin problema yung autocorrelation. Bakit, guys? Because of the inherent nature of your data. Pag time series kasi, talagang may order yan, chronological yan. Hindi natin pwedeng pagpalit-palitin yung order ng order ng observations natin. Si cross-sectional, guys, it doesn't matter, guys, kung nung minodel natin, nauna ngayon si observation number 150. Tapos the following day, si 150, linagyan natin sa una-unahan. Naging observation 1 na siya. It doesn't matter, guys, kung kahit pagbalik-balik na rin natin yung order ng mga observations natin. So, si autocorrelation, guys, is not a problem of cross-sectional data. It's a problem of time series data. But we're just putting it there for reference. Okay. Ito. Ganun din, guys, si independent variable, dapat hindi rin siya correlated with the error terms. Okay? Wala dapat correlation yan. Okay, then, 7, the error term has a constant variance. Okay, we showed this before, guys. Paano sinasabi natin yung no heteroskedasticity, opposite siya ng homoskedasticity. Si homoskedastic, guys, yung error terms yan, if we plot the error terms, naglalaro lang dito yung error terms yan. Sa band na yan. Okay? Yan ang homoskedastic, guys. Ngayon, pag nagka-shape na, kunyari, naging ganito na, ito yung confidence interval natin. Oops. Ala, may pattern na yan, may trend na yan, no? Yung error terms natin. Hindi na homoskedastic yan, heteroskedastic na yan. Hindi na constant yung variance. Or, ba sabi ko sa inyo dati, pag ganito yung variance, may fanning out. May ganyang shape, oh. Over the observation, guys, lumalaki ng lumalaki yung yung variance, no? So that's non-constant, that's heteroskedastic. Okay, or pwedeng may shape na ganito. Yan. Yan, ito yung nagiging problema kung guys, kung kunyari dapat ang relationship nila quadratic or polynomial, tapos ginawa lang natin linear. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, merong higher order na relationship na hindi nakaka-capture ng model natin. Okay, so that's what homoskedasticity means, no? And then the error term is normally distributed. Okay, this is not really part of CLRM, pero sinasama pa rin natin. Pero hindi tayo strict dito sa number 8 na to. Ang pinaka-strict talaga natin yung 1 to 7. Okay? So now when you have had your model, when you have generated your linear regression model, it's not enough that we stop there. It's not enough that we identify ano yung mga coefficients ng mga parameters natin. It's not enough that we determine whether they are significant or not. It's not enough for us to come up with the equation, regression equation. It's before we come up with that conclusion, kailangan meron tayong dapat diagnostic tests, no? Kailangan i-check natin for heteroscedasticity, check natin for multicollinearity, check natin for yung error terms, check natin kung may specification bias ba. Those are the things that we need to test before we come up with the conclusion about our model. Okay, guys, is that clear? Clear ba so far? Hello, guys. Clear? Any questions?
Clear, sir.
Clear, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
No questions, Coach.
Okay, salamat. Oh, guys, I appreciate you answering. Okay, now let's go here, guys. This is our data. We're going to do today, matatapos natin, hopefully yung matapos natin dummy variables at saka interaction. Yung experience ko sa other section, hindi naman natapos yung interaction, pero kailangan yung tapusin yun, guys, kasi hindi na natin gagawin sa class yun. Magko-compare na lang tayo sa results next meeting. But let's start first with dummy variables. So far, what we have done was to regress your dependent variable on continuous variables. So far, yung pala yung mga examples natin. Now, oftentimes, meron sa research, you can't escape dealing with factors or categorical variables. So dito, ang gagawin natin, we're going to regress. Si wage yung natin, ang dependent variable natin. And wage is hourly wage to. Hourly wage. So that's a measure of wage. And then education is number of years studying. Experience is number of years in the company. Okay, so this is US data. Kinuha ko lang to sa isang econometrics na data set. So, and we want to determine whether there's a relationship between wage and education and experience. No? So yun yung null hypothesis natin. Let me write that. For this, so our null hypothesis is B null is equal to B1 is equal to B2, no? Is equal to 0. So this is your intercept. This is your education. This is your experience. Okay? So ang tinatest natin, yung null hypothesis na hindi sila significant predictors. Kasi kung 0 yung B1 at saka B2, ibig sabihin you cannot use that variable to predict or to explain wage. So that's what we want to find out now, no? Okay. So let's put aside first yung natin, yung mga categorical variables na gender, race, and union. So let's go here. So number 2, andito yung natin sa tab 2. Okay, required descriptive statistics. So I leave that, guys, to you to come up with your descriptive statistics. Dito tayo sa regression output and we're going to use si real stat. Okay, so hindi nakalabas dito yung ko, guys, yung add in a real stat, but the shortcut is Control M. Okay, so lalabas yung real statistics natin. I hope you were able to download this. So as I mentioned a while ago, ang dami niyang functions. But today we're going to use regression. And sa regression, ang dami. May advanced regression pa, like ridge regression. May logistic, polynomial, etc. So as I said a while ago, this is really a big bonus to students like us, no? Who does statistical modeling. So multiple regression tayo, okay? And then ang Y range, ang X natin will be education and experience. Control shift down arrow. And then si Y natin will be, our Y is wage. Control shift down arrow. Okay. And then Okay, column headings meron. Okay, include constant term. Okay, sasama natin yan. Alpha at 5%. Let's discuss stepwise regression later. Then sa options, yun nyo, meron pang Cook's distance. Pwede nang i-compute dito yung Cook's distance na hindi binibigay ni Excel. Durbin-Watson test din para malaman natin normality. So, saka na natin tingnan yan. Okay, but it's enough for us to use this. So, ilalagay ko lang dito sa, let me just overwrite itong P1. No? Kasi P2 na lang. I'll put it here at P2. So, okay. There. No? So, ito na yung regression output natin using RealStat. Halos pareho din siya ni Excel, pero marami pa kasi pwedeng idagdag dito. And take note, may AIC kagad, no? AIC, yung Akaiki natin, Akaiki Information Criterion, Schwartz Bayesian Criterion. And we only use this, guys. This is only relevant if you're comparing models. Sabi natin, the lower the AIC, the better. No? The lower the AIC, the better. So meron tayong adjusted R squared na 0.27. Ano ibig sabihin nito? 0.27 na yan. Konting review, guys. Adjusted R squared. Okay. Is equal to 0.27. What does that mean, guys? 27% of the variability of wage, our dependent variable, can be explained by our independent variable, education and experience. Okay, 27% ang kaya nilang i-explain dun sa variation ni wage. The rest, guys, will have to be other variables. And then we go to ANOVA. Natin to. ANOVA is our overall goodness of fit. Okay. So, dito may p-value tayo. Ibig sabihin yan, may null hypothesis yan. Diba? Ito yung sinulat ko kanina, b null is equal to b1, is equal to b2, is equal to 0. No? So, anong conclusion natin? P-value is much less than 0.05. Okay? Therefore, sabi nga dito, significant. No? Yes. Wala sa Excel yan. So, ang inference natin, we reject our null hypothesis that our parameters are all equal to 0. There's strong statistical reason to believe that at least one of these parameters is not equal to 0. So, ang sinasabi ng ANOVA, may isa dyan, hindi 0. Kung ano yon hindi natin alam. Pero, dito natin makukuha yan sa individual test, no? Sa t-test natin. Ito. So, dito kita natin based on p-value, okay, that all of these are significant. Ang test natin dito, null natin is b null is equal to 0. Ito, h1, b1 is equal to 0. H0 pala, sorry. H0 dito, b2 is equal to 0. Okay? So, iba siya dito sa ANOVA natin kasi ANOVA natin combined lahat eh. Dito, individual tests na. No? Sa research nyo, guys, pag pinapaano sa yung hypothesis, ito yung hypothesis nyo. Itong dalawang to. Because you want to determine whether education is a significant predictor of wage. And number two, if experience is a significant predictor of wage. Okay? And we know that we reject null hypothesis for intercept, reject for education, reject for experience, which means that they're all statistically significant. Hence, we're now able to come up with our equation, wage sub I hat, no? Forecasted is equal to negative 9.58. 2 decimal place lang gawin ko, 6 plus 1.414 times ano? Education sub I plus 0.179 times experience sub I. Okay? So nakikita natin dito, guys, mas malaki yung impact ni education kaysa kay experience. So let's define this. Ano ibig sabihin itong negative 9.58? Anyone please? What does negative 9.58 there mean? Anyone?
Sir.
Sige, please. Who's this?
Paulo.
Paulo. Sige, Pao.
Sir, kapag zero yung yung education at yung experience.
Pero i-complete mo yung definition. It's the average hourly wage. Kasi ano yan ang rene-refer niyan yung di ba, yung dependent variable natin. So negative 9.586 is the average hourly wage when, Pao, tuloy mo, when?
Is the hourly wage when education is zero and experience is zero.
Correct. So, ibig sabihin yan, yung isang tao daw na walang years of education and walang years of experience will get a negative 9.586 average daily wage. No? Of course, guys, sabi natin, kahit na significant siya, sinasama pa rin natin siya for predictive purposes, for forecasting your dependent variable. But it does not have any, it does not have any physical or actual or practical interpretation. Okay? Kasi unang-una, that's way outside your relevant range. Kung kunin yung minimum at saka maximum ng wage, okay? Wala yan doon, no? Walang negative na hourly wage. Alright? How about, ano ibig sabihin ng 1.414? Thanks, Pao. Thanks. What's the meaning of 1.414? Anyone, please? Hello? Anyone? Meaning ng 1.414?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sino to?
Denise po.
Denise, sige.
Yung 1.414 is yung education if yung intercept is 0 and expertise is 0.
Education
Is equal to 1 po.
Okay. So, medyo i-improve natin yung answer mo, Denise. So, yung 1.414 na slope ni education, that refers to for every 1 year increase in education, no? For every 1 year increase in education, yan, 1 year na to, there's a corresponding 1.414 increase in dollars increase in hourly wage, then, ceteris paribus. Okay, guys, huwag mo kakalimutan yan. All things being the same. Ibig sabihin ng all things being the same, huwag mong palitan si experience, no? Do not change experience. Ang babaguhin lang natin si education. Okay, huwag mong dadagdagan si experience ng 1 year. Si education lang yung dadagdagan natin ng 1 year. So pag dinagdagan natin si education ng 1 year, yung average daily wage magi-increase by $1.414, assuming experience does not increase, no? Experience remains the same. Yun ang ibig sabihin niyan. Okay? And that 1.414 is statistically significant, di ba? P-value natin, we can look at it through the P-value or through the T-stat. In this case, kung i-compare natin si 20.89 kay 1.96, yung T-critical, okay, malayong-malayo siya, no? Okay, and lastly guys, experience, ano ibig sabihin ng 0.71178? For every experience, no? For every 1 year, kasi years experience For every 1 year increase in experience, there's a corresponding $0.179, no? Increase in your hourly wage, ceteris paribus, all things being equal. Clear so far, guys? Konting review lang yan, guys, ha? So, hindi talaga yung lesson natin. Re-review ko lang kasi ang tagal natin hindi nag-meet, no? Okay, let's go here. Punta na tayo dito, guys. Okay. So, we're now going to introduce si gender, si race, at saka si union as regressors also. So, paano yun? So, gusto natin later on, ang required sa atin include this, interpret the regression output, and then write the regression equation for female, non-white, ito. Kailangan masulat natin yung regression equation na yan. Okay? So let's start first with these notes. Sabi dito na pwede natin isama yung mga qualitative variables sa regression natin. So if we have M categories, okay, for example, sa isang variable na to, si gender, ilan yung categories niya? Dito, female at saka male lang. Hindi pa to inabot guys ng ano ng Philippinex, no? Alam niyo ba 'yon? Hello?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Walang reaction?
No, sir.
Hindi niyo alam yung Philippinex?
The gender neutral terms.
Oh, di ba?
That's
Yung
all
ngayon daw,
over social media.
ngayon daw, kailangan daw ma-introduce na yung gender na ano na, ano yun? Hindi na Filipino. Hindi na Filipina. Philippinex daw. Para generic lang. Ewan ko kung ano yung mga gusto ng mga tao ngayon. Anyway, whatever that is, no? No problem din sa akin yan kung i-accept yan. Anyway, so, ang ano natin guys, gender, no? Ilan yung categories natin ng gender? How many?
2.
2. Okay, 2. So, dapat daw ang introduce natin M-1 dummy variables. Yung M dan, yung number of categories. So, since we have only 2 variables here, 2 categories, then 2 minus 1 dummy variables. Diba, guys? So, sa gender, dapat papalitan natin ito ng, pag sinabing dummy, papalitan natin yung ng values ng 0. Papalitan natin ng 0 or 1. Okay? May mga nakikita ako na ginagawa nilang 1 at saka 10, pero why complicate things, no? 0 or 1 na lang gagamitin natin. How about si race, guys? How about si race? Paano? Ilan bang categories to?
2 also.
2 also, white, saka non-white lang. So, papalitan natin ito din ng isang dummy variable lang. Ito, isang dummy variable. Ito, isang dummy variable. Ito, yung union. Union, guys, ilan? Ilang categories siya?
2.
2. Therefore, ilang dummy variables? Isa lang din, 2 minus 1. No? Kunyari, tatlo to guys, then mag-introduce tayo ng 2 dummy variables. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, let's suppose si union, 3 categories yan. So, may isa dito, tapos may isa pa dito, 2 dummy variables. Okay? So, ang magiging independent variables natin, education, experience, isang dummy variable na to, isang dummy variable na to, isa na to, at saka isa na to. Bali, 6 yan, no? In case na si union, okay? In case na si union, tatlong dummy variables, 3 categories. Okay, clear guys? Clear? Okay, ito example lang yan. Okay. So, sabi dito guys,
Sir?
yes. Hello?
Your mic, sir.
Yung mic mo, sir.
Narinig?
Oh,
Ngayon, rinig nyo?
okay.
May grounds.
Ngayon, okay na?
Yep.
Okay, sige. Thank
Pero
you.
kanina kasi parang nawawala yung mic.
Ganun ba? Okay, sorry. Okay, so saan na tayo, no? Now, take note of this, guys. So suppose, guys, you have suppose you have a variable which has 4 categories. So sabi dito, maglalagay tayo ng 3 dummy variables. Pero pwede din naman natin gamitin yung 4 categories, no? Ibig sabihin, hindi natin susunod yung M-1. If we do that, guys, magkakaproblema tayo. Ang tawag dyan, dummy variable trap. That's what we call perfect collinearity. Explain ko sa inyo kung bakit may perfect collinearity as we go along, no? Now, if you want to introduce 4 dummy variables for a variable that has 4 categories, kailangan ang gagawin nyo guys, dapat wag kayong mag-i-introduce ng intercept. Tatanggalin nyo yung B sub 0. Okay? Yun ang ano doon, yun ang remedy. If we have 4 dummies, kunyari yung variable natin, yung college level. So 4 yung categories niya. If you want to introduce 4 dummy variables there, then dapat ang gagawin nyo, huwag nyo isama yung intercept. Okay? Remove the intercept. Kasi sa mga sa mga softwares, tinatanong kayo, isasama ba yung intercept? Pwede nyo i-know yun, no? Okay, so I think that's yun ang sinasabi dito. Okay, ito pa guys ha. Since dummy variables take values of 1 or 0, we cannot take their logarithms. Hindi pa pwede, kunyari, is equal to ln of 1. Okay. ln of 0. Okay? So hindi natin pwedeng kunin yung ln nila. Pwede sa ln of 1 pero hindi na pwede sa ln of 0. Okay? So you cannot get their log. ln of 1, okay? Pwede, pero yung ln of 0 hindi na pwede. Eh kung kukunin mo lahat ng ln nun, may ones and zeros yun. So hindi pwede. If the sample is relatively small, do not introduce too many dummy variables. Okay, remember that each dummy coefficient will cost 1 degree of freedom. Okay? So, sige. Copy lang natin to. Copy ko. Okay, so I have this copy. And then let's regress. Let's regress this. Let me delete this. Okay, so let's regress, guys. Ay, wait. Hindi pa natin mare-regress kasi ano pa siya, no? Ano pa lang siya yung categories. Okay, so ganito gagawin natin, guys. Papalitan natin to. We're going to replace this with dummy variables. Ilang dummy variables si gender? Isa. Okay. Now, ang gagawin natin dyan, yung isa gagawin natin 0, yung isa gagawin natin 1. Yung gagawin natin 0, guys, ang tawag dyan, you call it your benchmark. I think I wrote it here. Okay, where's that? Okay, ito. The category that gets a value of 0 is called your reference, your benchmark, or your comparison category. Okay? So yung makakakuha ng 0, siya yung benchmark or yung comparison or your reference variable. So going back here, okay. So dito, decide tayo. Ang gawin natin ditong benchmark, si male, no? So sino yung magiging, si male yung magiging 0. Sino yung magiging 1?
Female.
Si female. So kung sino yung magiging 1, yun ang ibigyan natin ng pangalan para mas madaling interpretation. So pakita ko mamaya ha. Pero since ang benchmark natin si male, so si male 0, therefore si female ang 1. Dito naman ang gawin natin benchmark si white. So ang magiging magiging 0 is equal, 1 pala is non-white. Ang benchmark natin si white. Dito naman, ang gamitin natin si non-union. Ang gagawin, bibigyan natin ng value na 1, tapos si union, ang value na 0. Okay? Clear so far, guys? Clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so gawa na natin ng formula sa Excel to. So sasabihin natin dito, if this is female, value 1, otherwise 0. Okay? So it's equal to if this is equal to female. Okay? Tapos kailangan naka-fix yung row, guys. Kasi dapat dito lang gagalaw yung mga values na to, no? Only this row. Then what value do we give it, guys?
1.
1. Otherwise 0 siya. Okay? Now, take a look at this formula. We can copy this to the right. Gagalaw-galaw lang yan. Gagalaw dito, gagalaw dito. Okay, so that's the advantage of using variable references. Control Enter, then yan. And then copy down. There. Okay. Paano guys kung yung isang variable, dalawang categories? Ganun din. No? Maglalagay tayo dito ng ano. Kunyari, yung isa, Philippinex. Maglalagay tayo dito ng isang variable na Philippinex. May iba nga lang yung ano natin. No? Oh, isa lang. Kung female to, di 1. Tapos pagdating, pwede natin i-copy. Tapos kunyari, Philippinex dito. Example lang to Ganon din dito. So, dalawa yung inintroduce natin na dummy variable. Kuha nyo guys. Kunyari si gender, female, male, Philippinex. So, 3 categories yun. Therefore, we introduce 2 dummy variables. So, ganon din, no? May 2 columns tayo kasi 2 yung dummy variables natin. Gets, guys? Gets?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So, okay na tayo, no? Meron na tayong ito na yung mga dummy variables natin in terms of ones and zeros. Dito, kapag 1, female yan. Dito, kapag 0, white yun, yung opposite dito nakasulat dito. Dito, pag 1, non-union yan kung ano nakasulat dito. No? Okay? So, kailangan natin pagsama-sama yung mga dependent variables natin. Hindi kasi isosolve yan ni real stat ni Excel kung magkakahiwalay. No? So, what we're going to do is highlight everything, Control C. I-ano natin guys, i-paste special natin para mawala yung formula. Okay, tinanggal ko lang yung formula. If I take a look at this, wala na yung formulas, no? Para mabago ko lang siya. Okay, I'll put this, I'll transfer this. Transfer natin dito. Tapos, tanggalin natin. Okay. Pinagsama-sama ko guys, I put side by side our independent variables. Okay? Oops, asan yung ano? Wait. Ay, sorry. Nawala yung wage. Mali. Dapat dito yan. Okay, sorry. Okay. Nawala si dependent variable king na. So you now have education, experience, female, non-white, union, non-union. Okay, so ito mga to guys, these are those with values equal to 1. So yung mga opposite nila, yung mga wala dito, yun yung benchmark natin. Yun yung reference variable natin. Okay, so we're now ready to regress wage on these 5 independent variables. Hindi natin isasama to. Kasi categories yan, hindi masosolve ni, ni Excel. Si R pwede, i-out natin yan by Thursday. No? Kaya natin i-regress yan kahit na, kahit na categorical yan. Si R ang bahala doon. Alright, so let's go here. Control M. Control M ako para ilabas itong serial stat. Regression ulit. Okay, multiple linear regression. Ang Y natin, si education hanggang non-union. Ang X pa lang. Ang Y naman si wage. Wage. Okay. Okay, my column headings include constant. Then, saka natin discussion stepwise. Okay. Saan ko ilalagay? I'm going to put it in L1 na lang. L1. L1. L1 para katabi dito sa taas. Okay. All right. So there's our regression. Okay, follow so far, guys?
Pwede ulitin yung regression.
Okay, ulitin ko Control Z. Delete ko to. Okay. So, dapat guys, magkakatabi muna independent variables. So, ito yung mga independent variables natin, di ba? Education, experience, female, non-white. Yun. Ang dependent variable natin, si wage. Okay, so again, we use serial stat. Control M, kung wala yung add-ins dito sa taas. Tapos regression, multiple regression. Sino yung X natin? Itong mga to. So it's okay to include the variables. It's a good idea to include the variable names. Para dun sa output, lalabas yung mga pangalan na yan. Kasi meron naman dito nakalagay column headings included with data. Okay, and then control shift down arrow, control backspace. Hindi siya bumabalik. And then si Y naman, si wage. Ay, bakit na wala? 1289. Ayaw yung tanggapin yung ano yung. Okay, and then I'm going to put it here at L1. Para dito, no? Sa L1 sa taas. Okay, L1. Okay. There. All right, any other questions? Feedback please kung may question dito sa ano?
Wala na, sir.
All right. So again, before anything else, tignan natin kung nag-improve ba yung model natin. Adjusted R-squared 0.32. Compare it with yung dalawa lang kanina na ano natin, regressors.
Sir,
Yes?
I have a question. Like,
Sige.
regression, paano ulit gawin?
Yung ano, yung
Linear regression, yung sa data analysis.
sige. Sa Excel?
Yes.
Meron ka bang ano, hindi mo pa na-download yung real stat?
Download ko na, sir. Pero
Ang,
luma ata eh.
ang gusto mo yung sa Excel
Yes, sir.
o yung sa real stat?
Real stat, sir.
Sige, sa real stat. I'll repeat it, ha. Dapat na-download mo na yung ano, yung add-in, no?
Yes, sir.
Nag-a-appear ba sa tab mo yung add-in? Dapat may nakalagay na add-in dito para pag-click mo yun, lalabas si real stat. Pag wala, Control M. Naka-Mac ka ba o ano?
Windows, sir. Meron dito, real statistics. Sa
Meron
add-ins.
dyan. Sige. So, you click that, no? Para lumabas yung ano. So, I'll click Control M. Ito. Ito yung real statistics. Ito yung mga functions niya. So, ito yung regression. REG. Okay. Kita mo na?
Yes, sir. Okay
Yan.
na, sir.
Multiple regression. Yan. Tapos, ipapasok lang natin ano yung X natin, yung mga dependent variables natin. Yan. Alright. 1290 pala. No? Sorry. Ang nasulat ko 1289. Tapos si Y naman, si wage, yan, 121290.
Sir, question.
Yes.
What if Control M doesn't work?
Wala dun sa ano, sa tab mo yung ano? Wala yung tab add-in?
Wala po. I installed it a while ago.
Sige. Ano yung ko lang to ha? I-generate ko na yung output na to. Then I'll run you through the, ano. So L1, linagay ko sa L1 yung output, guys. Okay, para dito lalabas yung output. Okay. Alright. Okay, balikan ko yung ano guys, yung mga hindi nakakita ng ano ng real stat nila. Naka-Windows ka ba o naka-Mac?
Windows, sir.
Windows. So go to File.
Okay.
Tapos Options. Tapos i-check mo Add-ins. Tapos dito Excel Add-ins.
Yeah,
Go.
go.
Lumalabas yung X-Real Stats.
Lumalabas po, sir. Tapos chinek ko na kanina.
Oo, pero i-uncheck mo na muna. Uncheck
Okay.
mo. Tapos okay. Tapos balikan mo ulit yung process. Tapos i-check mo naman.
Okay.
Uncheck mo. Tapos okay. So hindi nakaklik si X-Real Stat. And then go to File again.
Then check it again, then press okay.
Oo. Sige, try mo nga. Tapos dapat lalabas si add-ins dyan eh. Sa tabs mo.
Ayun.
Lumabas na?
Nakikita. Yes, sir. Thank
Ngayon,
you.
pag hindi lumabas, no? Okay? Tapos, kunyari, mamaya, i-close mo na yung Excel mo. Tapos, if you're going to reopen Excel, hindi mo na makikita si ano, parang may dapat makikita yan eh. Kaso, ewan ko, may bug yata dun sa code. So, hindi makikita. Pero pwede mo pa rin siyang pag subukan mo i-control M, lalabas na yung yung dialog box ni
Ayun, gumana na yung
control M.
Gumana na, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good. Sige. So, tapos mag-regression ka na. All right.
Yes, sir,
So,
yes.
sige, habol, kaya mo humabol?
I'll try po.
Sige. I'll give you guys, bigyan
No. It's okay, sir. It's okay. sir.
Hindi, it's not okay.
I'll just watch the recording. It's okay, sir.
Sige, sige. Bigla nagalit. It's not okay, no?
I'll just watch the recording, sir. Doon lang po maghabol.
Sige,
I'll just
sige.
do
Okay,
what I can
sige.
right now.
All right. So if that's what you want, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right. So ito, i-compare muna natin guys sa yung sa two variable model natin. AIC nito 4916 adjusted R squared 0.27. Yung sinama natin lahat ng variables natin, yung mga dummy variables 4834, mas di hamak na mas maliit guys yung AIC, no? Which indicates that this is a better model, yung pagsama natin dun sa ano. At saka yung adjusted R squared, lumaki guys, 0.32. Ibig sabihin, naka-contribute yung mga dummy variables natin dun sa pag-explain kay dependent variable wage. Okay, then quickly now going here guys, you now have another hypothesis here. Anong hypothesis natin dito? So, just for quick review, di ba? H null is B null is equal to B1 is equal to ... is equal to B, ilan na? 5, B5. 1, 0 to, sorry, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 na yung regressors natin. Okay, ang ano natin, anong conclusion, ang inference natin dito? P-value. Okay? Practically 0. So, we reject this null hypothesis. Sabi dito, significant daw yung predictors natin. No? Pero again guys, sa ANOVA, sa overall goodness of fit, hindi natin alam kung sino dyan ang non-zero. Saan natin makikita yon? Dito guys, sa individual test. Okay? So, significant ba sa intercept guys? Yes or no? Sagot guys? Guys, significant? Sa intercept?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's significant, no? It's less than 0.05. How about this one? Education. Significant. Experience, significant. Female, significant. Non-white, significant. Non-union, significant. Yan. Okay? So, okay yung model natin. All the predictors are significant. So, if you are going to write the model, wage predicted is equal to negative 6.08 7, 3 decimal place ko lang, plus 1.370 times education plus 0.167 times experience minus, dito ko lang lagay minus, plus negative 3.075 times female minus 1.565 times your non-white minus 1.096 times non-union. Okay. In the model natin, no? Okay, and then I'm not going to add plus epsilon kasi naka-ano tayo, naka-predicted. No? Mini-measure natin predicted value. Alright, interpret guys, interpret. Ano ibig sabihin ng, unahin muna natin sa education. What's the meaning of education? Sagutin ko na lang guys ha. 1.37 kasi inabol natin yung oras, baka hindi tayo umabot sa interaction. Ibig sabihin yan, for every 1 year increase in education, there's a corresponding average increase of $1.37 hourly wage, ceteris paribus. Okay, clear yun, guys?
Yes, sir.
Sa experience naman, 0.1667, no? For every 1 year increase in education, whether it's increase or decrease, pag nag-increase, may positive change dun sa sa hourly wage. Pag nag-decrease, may negative change dun sa hourly wage kasi it's a positive relationship, no? It's a direct positive relationship. So pag nag-decrease sa education, magdi-decrease si hourly wage. Si experience pag nag-decrease, magdi-decrease si hourly wage. All right. For every 1 year increase in experience, there's a corresponding 0.167 increase in our average hourly wage, ceteris paribus. Okay? Clear, guys? Alright, punta tayo sa female. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Female, negative 3.07. Okay, take note that female, pag i-interpret natin yan, laging nakalink kanino sa reference variable natin. Sino ba yung reference variable natin, guys? Who's our reference variable? Reference variable natin sa gender, si male, di ba? Bakit si male? Si male yung ginawa natin 0. Reference variable natin dito sa race, si white. Reference variable natin sa non-union, si union. These are the categories that we gave 0 values. Now, importante yan kasi kailangan, guys, kailangan yung interpretation natin ng number na to ni female dapat nakalink kay male. Okay? So, for example, anong ibig sabihin itong negative 3.07? It means that on the average, female employees tend to receive $3.07 less than guys, sandali dali. Okay, sorry guys, may sa doorbell. Okay. So, saan na tayo? Okay. Female employees tend to receive $3.07 less. Less. Bakit less, guys? Kasi negative siya. Okay? So, in-interpret natin si female related to male. Benchmark natin si male. Females tend to receive $3.07 per hour average daily wage compared to their male counterparts. Si mga non-white, yung mga may colored na mga yung skin, they receive $1.56 less than their white counterparts. And then si union members receive $1.09 less than their union members counterparts. Again, guys, may ceteris paribus bawat isa. Okay? Clear ba, guys? Any questions? Any questions, guys? Hello?
None, sir.
None, sir.
All right, good. So that's how you interpret, guys, yung mga dummy variables. Laging ang interpretation niya, laging ikino-compare mo dun sa benchmark, yung ginawa niyong 0. Tanong, sir, paano kung nabaliktad? Walang problema, pareho lang yan. So ito magiging male, tapos magiging positive lang siya. So ang interpretation, male employees tend to get $3.07 more than their female counterparts. No? You'll get the same answer, guys. So don't worry kung paano kung nabago yung naiba yung yung benchmark or comparison variable ko. Doesn't matter, guys. You'll have the same answer, you'll have the same Okay, clear na tong tatlong to Okay, hinuli ko to. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Ano ibig sabihin tong 6.08736? Ano ibig sabihin yan, guys? Okay, sabihin ko na. So that's the average hourly wage of a what? Average hourly wage of a person with no education, no years of education, no experience. Di ba ang intercept, guys, 0 lahat ng mga natin. And ano kaya, guys? Anong karugtong nito? 6.08736. Negative 6.08736 is the average hourly wage of a person with no education, no experience, tapos ano? Tapos, ano? What do you think, guys? Anyone? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Ano, guys? Who is male, white, and union member? Okay, yan ang interpretation yan, guys. Bakit, guys? Negative 6.087 is the average hourly wage of a person with 0 dapat yung education, so no education. 0 dapat si experience, no experience. 0 dapat si female. Pag 0 si female, sino yon, guys?
Si male po.
Si male. Kaya sinulat natin dito male, di ba? Tapos ito, pag 0 si non-white, white yan, di ba? At saka non-union member, pag 0 yan, union member. Yun. So that's how you interpret the intercept, guys. Okay? And again, of course, wala namang parang physical significance yan kasi wala namang average hourly wage na negative 6, di ba? Alam nga naman yung employee pa yung magbabayad dun sa ano, yung male na white na union member na walang education, walang experience, parang siya pa yung magbabayad sa company kasi negative 6 yung ano niya, hourly wage. Okay? It has no physical significance. It's only used for predictive purposes. In fact, sabi natin, kahit nga hindi statistically significant si intercept, ang practice, sinasama pa rin siya as for predicting the dependent variable. Clear, guys? So ito importante, guys, yung kung paano mag-interpret ng dummy variable. So that's why it's important for us to know what is the benchmark variable. Kaya mas magandang ginagamit natin, yung binibigyan natin ng 1, yun ang ilalagay natin dun sa mga na pangalan ng regressor natin. Kaya we use female, non-white, at saka non-union. No? Okay? Clear, guys? Okay. Now, does it matter, guys, kung ano ibig sabihin ng 1.37? Ano ibig sabihin ng 1.37, guys? It's the marginal increase in your hourly wage, 1.37, for every 1-year increase in education, right? Ceteris paribus. Okay, tanong. Pareho ba kung mag-increase si female at saka si male? Pareho lang ba yung 1.37 na yan? Kuha niyo yung question, guys. Kunyari, yung isang tao nag-increase ng 0.167. So, ano yun? Regardless of male or female? Regardless siya of non-white or white? Is that what that number is telling us? Okay, that number 1.37 is telling us that there's a $1.37 increase in wage for every 1-year increase in education, ceteris paribus. But we don't know, guys, kung ano, overall yan, no? Hindi natin alam kung ganun ba rin kay female at saka kay male. So paano natin malalaman? Kung gusto natin malaman kung ano yung incremental effect ng 1-year increase in education kung female siya. Do you get my question, guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ano yung incremental increase or decrease in wage kung nag-increase ng 2 years sa experience na white person o na union member? So hindi masasagot natin yan, guys, kasi wala dun sa variable natin nagsasabi ng education at saka female kunyari. So this is where interaction comes in. Ito na, no? Ito yung next, ano natin, guys, worksheet. Okay, so tingnan nyo, guys, dito, ang ginawa natin dito, minultiply natin si education at saka female to come up with this variable. Female times education or education times female. So we are now interacting. Now, interacting female times education. Okay, so female times experience. So si female, ini-interact natin kay education at saka kay experience. Si non-white kay education at saka kay experience, pati si union member, dito, union member ang ginamit natin. Dapat pala non-union, ano? So, sandali baguhin natin to guys. Kasi nag-non-union tayo dito eh. So, copy natin tong non-union para consistent tayo. Control C. Sorry about this. So, Control V. Yan. So, gawin natin tong non-union. Para pareho lang, para may comparison tayo. Non-union. Okay, so this is now non-union na to. Non-union. This is now non-union. Okay. Get you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, ang tawag dito guys, interaction. If you want to answer that question, kung may effect ba, paano kung one year lang yung increase ng education ko? May difference ba yung kay female at saka kay male? Doon, masasagutan natin question na yun. If we interact the variables. Now notice guys, ang in-interact natin si continuous variable education at saka si categorical. Pwede rin mag-interact guys si dalawang continuous, education at saka experience, pwede rin yan. Pwede rin mag-interaction si parehong categorical, kunyari female at saka non-white. No? Pwede rin yon. Okay? But again, it all depends on your research or on your topic. Kung hinahanap talaga ng research yun, ng topic na yun, kung relevant yun sa research nyo, or sa topic, or dun sa study at hand, then ilagay. No? In this case, ang ginagawa lang natin dito, just to have a taste, no? Of ano ba yung ginagawa ng interaction variable. Okay, so itong ginawa natin, we multiplied yung mga yung mga categorical with our continuous variable. But then again, I said guys, pwede ring interaction between two continuous variables, interaction between two categorical. Pwede rin guys, interaction ng 3 or more. Pwede rin yun. Pwedeng female times education times experience. Pwede yun. No? Walang pumipigil sa atin sa ganung klaseng interaction. Okay, clear yun guys? So, but for our purpose, ang tingnan natin yung 2 degrees lang. No? Dalawang interaction lang. 2 degrees lang yan. Kasi pwedeng 3 degrees, 4 degrees, 5 degrees. But mas lalo kasi nagiging complicated yung model pag ganun. So let's stick to this 2 degrees ng interaction. All right. So can we already use real start for this? Yes, magkakatabi na yung independent natin at saka dito independent. Okay, so let's do that. Control M. Okay, so bago ko gawin yun, ilagay ko muna kung saan ko ilalagay yung output para automatic siya. Okay. Control M. Regression again. Multiple regression. Okay. So yung X natin is lahat ng mga independent variables natin. And then yung Y natin is nasa dulo, si wage. Okay. So I change nothing here. Nasa O1 ko ilalagay yung output. Okay. All right. Nasa taas, O1. Okay. Ito na guys. Okay. By the way, yung kanina, yung model natin, di ba? Yung model natin kanina, take note, walang multicollinearity, no? Lahat less than 5, less than between 5 and 10. So okay yung model natin in terms of multicollinearity. Hindi pa natin tinitingnan yung residuals. Pero kasi kung titingnan natin yung correlation pala yan sa multicollinearity. Okay, sorry. Okay, so going back here, did it improve guys yung sinama natin interaction? 0.3270. Ito, 0.3207. Sa adjusted R squared, nag-increase ba? Guys? Answer please. 0.3207, 0.3270. Nag-improve ba itong may interaction guys? Answer please.
Yes.
Yes, nag-increase yung R squared natin. And also, AIC, guys. 4828 versus 4834. So, winner tong model na to. Mas maganda to kaysa dun sa ang ginamit lang natin yung mga dummy variables. But again, we have to test, no? Overall goodness of fit, okay tayo, guys. And then dito, p-values, tignan natin. No? P-values, home, conditional formatting, highlight serial rules greater than 0.05. Okay? So sabi ko kay Excel, paki-highlight niya nga yung mga cells na greater than 0.05 yung p-value. Okay. Okay, so we find here guys that si intercept, si education, si female, si fem times education at saka si fem times experience. Okay? Sila lang yung significant, no? Hindi significant yung si female, hindi significant. Si non-white, si non-union. In fact, ang nangyari dito, lahat ng mga main variables natin, guys, main categorical variables natin, female, non-white, non-union, hindi sa significant. Kita nyo, di ba? Ang naging significant yung interaction. Fem times education, fem times experience. At saka si experience, significant din. Okay. Now guys, may dalawang body of thought dyan. Ha? Yung iba, ang sinasabi, kapag yung main variable, for example, si female, yan ang main variable natin, tapos si female times education, gamitin natin si non-white, no? Dito si non-white times education, hindi rin significant. So, okay, ito. Female times education. Significant siya, di ba? Pero si female, not significant. Yung main variable natin, hindi significant. Di ba? Tama, guys? So, yung iba, guys, if you search sa statistics, no, sa mga, if you do this research, ang sasabihin nila, wag daw isasama yung interaction kung yung main variable nyo hindi significant. Okay, so may ano dyan, may contention. Yung iba naman sinasabi na pwedeng isama yan, no? So may divided yung schools of thought dyan. Okay, for our purposes, we will just disregard that. Ang sasabihin natin na pag hindi significant yung main, well, hindi natin isasama, no? So i-ignore natin sinasabi ng iba na pag hindi significant yung main, tapos yung interaction significant, wag isasama yung interaction. Kuha ba guys? Magulo. Ulitin ko ha. Sabihin natin yung interaction significant. Pero yung main variable hindi significant. Katulad nito guys, si female, main variable to eh. Hindi siya significant. Pero yung female times education, significant. So pwede ba yun? Nawala si female, pero si female times education, nawala si female, mawawala to eh, di ba? Pero si female times experience, significant. Pwede ba yun? Okay, sabi ko nga kanina, may conflicting schools of thought dyan. We will adapt guys yung interpretation na pwede pa rin, no? So pwede pa rin natin isama to. So what will be our final model? What will be our final model guys? Okay, ang final model natin guys, hindi pa tapos. Kasi may mga hindi tayo significant. At saka tingnan nyo to guys, so may mga VIF tayo. Ibig sabihin may mga multicollinearity tayo, no? Ibig sabihin baka pag nagbawas tayo diyan, baka maging significant yung isa na multicollinear siya. Okay? So the next step is kailangan magre-regression ulit tayo. Ano na may i-regress natin? Tingnan natin yung t-stat or yung p-value. Quickest way is the p-value, no? Hanapin nyo dyan yung pinakamalaking p-value. Okay? Or, if you don't want to use a p-value, hanapin nyo yung pinakamaliit na absolute value na t-stat. And they'll be the same, no? They'll be the same. So dito, ang pinakamaliit na value na hindi significant, siyempre, ang magiging hindi significant, guys, yun yung malalaking p-values, di ba? Itong point, itong union, non-union times experience. Kuha guys. Kuha. So siya yung pinaka hindi significant. So ang gagawin natin, we're going to do what we call stepwise regression. Ano yung stepwise? Step by step, magtatanggal tayo o magdadagdag tayo ng mga variable. Ang tawag sa stepwise natin is the backward. Bakit backward yung ginamit natin? Ito yung pinakamadali sa lahat, no? Merong forward, merong parang mix, no? So ang pinakamadali yung backward regression. Kasi anong nangyayari dyan, isama mo lahat ng variables, tapos isa-isa natin siyang tatanggalin yung mga hindi significant with certain criteria. So sino tatanggalin natin dito, guys? Magba-backward regression, backward tayo ng stepwise regression. Sino tatanggalin natin? Sino, guys? Sino? Hello? Siyempre, ang candidates lang natin yung mga hindi significant. Sino dyan ang tatanggalin natin? Hello, everyone. Are you there?
Email.
Ha? Female? Hindi. Di ba ang basis natin dapat yung pinakamalaking p-value? Sino yung pinakamalaking p-value?
Sir, yung ano, yung
Non-white po.
non-white
Non-white times experience. Ito, no?
Experience.
Yan. Ito yung tatanggalin natin, guys, no? This one. This one we're going to remove this variable. Sabihin, ito. Itong variable na to, tatanggalin natin to. Siya yung pinakamalaking p-value, siya din yung pinakamaliit absolute value na t-stat, no? Siya yun. Kung sino yung pinakamaliit na absolute value na t-stat, siya yung pinakamalaking p-value. So we're going to generate another regression model. This time, tatanggalin natin itong non-white. So ito dito, ito yung gamitin natin yung stepwise. Naglagay ako dito. Okay? So para ma-preserve natin itong original data natin, Control-Shift-Enter, Control-C. I-copy ko lang, guys, para copy ko to, Control-V. Tapos tatanggalin natin sino? Non-white times ano? Non-white times experience. We remove this. Non-white times experience. Remove, delete. Yan. So ito na ngayon yung magiging regressors natin. Kuha, guys. Kuha. So it's a step-by-step process, ha? Yung stepwise na yan. Kaya nga stepwise. So now we have this regressors. Ito pa rin yung independent variable natin. So sige, generate ko na lang dito. Then ika-copy-paste natin dun sa interaction ng worksheet natin. I go to AA1 para automatically andito yung regression output. Control-M. Regression. Multiple regression, okay. And then si X natin will just be, ito na lang, nabawasan na to. Tapos si Y natin, yan. Okay? Nabawasan na si X natin. Tinanggalin natin yung, ano yun, non-white times experience. Kasi siya yung, by virtue of having the highest p-value or the lowest absolute value ng T. Alright? Okay? Nasa ano siya? Nasa AA1. Okay? Okay. There. So we have this now, guys. Ang gawin natin dito is side by side natin dun sa dito. Side by side natin siya dito. So ika-copy ko to para magkakasama sila dito. Control C. And then kailangan paste special values, guys, kasi may mga formulas yun, ha. Punta ako dito sa X1 para magka-align sila. Paste special yung values. There. Okay? And then, hindi kasi siya parehong format. Pinakamabilis yan. Highlight yung una natin. Highlight to. Format painter. Tapos, highlight si regression natin. Yun. Nakopy niya yung exacto yung mga format. Sorry, tamad talaga ako about sa mag-formatting para mas mabilis. Okay, so alright, which is better, guys? Yung bagong model natin na tinanggal natin yung isang insignificant na independent variable, 4826 to 4828. This is better, no? 0.3274, 0.3270. Mas mataas yung adjusted R-squared nito. Overall goodness of fit test, okay, significant. Individual test, okay. So Ano nangyari dito? Nakopya niya yung format. Dapat wala ito. Okay, so you still have, paki-check kung hindi significant, ha? Okay, okay tayo. Not significant, not significant. All right. Question. We still have 6 variables that are not significant. Sino yung tatanggalin natin dito? Sino yung leaving variable? L-E-A-V-I-N-G. Sino? Leaving. L-E-A-V-I-N-G. Yung aalis na variable. Who is it going to be, guys? Hello? Sino? Hello, guys. Sino yung leaving? L-E-A-V-I-N-G. Aalis na variable. Yung aalisin natin. Sino? Sino?
Union, non-union expertise.
Non-union, tsaka?
Experience.
Wala tayong non-union dito, ha?
Union experience.
Okay,
Po.
union times experience. Ito. Yan. This one, guys. This one kasi siya yung pinaka malaking p-value. And if you test the t-stat, so yung pinakamaliit na t-stat in terms of absolute value. Okay. So we remove this, union times experience. Balik na naman tayo dito. Union times experience. Okay, tanggalin ko to kasi tapos na tayo dito. I'll remove this, delete. Na-copy-paste naman natin yan. I'm going to copy-paste this again. Control C. Of course, pwede ko nang tanggalin na lang yung ano, no? Ginagawa ko lang ganito, guys, because you might want to recall kung ano yung ginawa natin, na ano yung mga tinanggal natin. For your reference lang. Pero kung ako lang gagawa nito, tatanggalin ko na kagad yung isa dito na tatanggalin. So dito tatanggalin natin union times experience, delete. Diba? So we're left with these variables. Again, put your cursor on AL1 and then Control M, regression. Okay? So medyo parang nagmamanual tayo dito, no? Sa X natin ito. Tapos si Y natin, si wage, Control Shift 1 arrow. Okay, pareho pa rin. Nasa AL1, okay, yung output. Okay. Alright. Yun, AL1. Okay, then once again, I'm going to copy this. Control C. Pagtatabi-tabi ko sila dito. And then, go here. Values lang. Tapos, i-copy ko yung format nito. Format painter. Go up. Yeah. Okay. Was there an improvement in the model? AIC 4825, 4826. Mas maganda to, no? Right? Adjusted R squared 32766, 3274. Mas maganda to in terms of adjusted R squared. And the individual coefficients, okay? Sino pa yung hindi significant? Hindi significant si pinakamalaking p-value, union times education. Ito yung gagawin natin, no? Okay? So, go back here. Okay. Tanggalin natin to. Tanggalin ko na dito, guys, ha? Ha? Bahala na kayong mag-ano, ha? Kasi sabi ko, ikakopy ko ulit, hindi na tatanggalin ko na lang dito. So, union times education, ito na yung i-regress natin, no? So, tatatlo na lang yung ano na. Tama ba yung tatanggalin ko, guys? Tama? 0.4, 0.3. Okay. So, si education at saka si experience talagang ano, no? Talagang consistent sila na significant talaga. Pati itong si female times education, female times experience. Eh. Okay, so tinanggalan natin si union times education. Okay, regress again. Control M. Okay, regression. Okay. Okay. Yan. So once again, copy natin. Control C. Balik ko siya dito. Para naka side by side. Ito ko lagay. Then, copy ko ulit to. Format Painter. Okay, you see the, guys? You see what's happening here? Okay. So dito, sa point na to, okay, kanina hanggang dito lang kami dito sa step na to dun sa kabilang section. So hindi ko na itutuloy to, kayo bahala magtutuloy niyan, ha. Okay, so ituloy niyo to guys hanggang wala nang insignificant na variable. Tapos, and then you try to see if that model is better than the latest one. Kasi napakita na natin na ang pinakamaganda yung yung pinaka-latest, di ba? So among the models that we have seen, 4824 yung ito na yung best. Pero meron pa rin insignificant, no? So ano yung susunod na tatanggalin? Okay? And then next, hanggang kung ilan man yung matanggal hanggang significant lahat. Okay? Kuha nyo guys. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So yung gagawin nyo yan, tapos i-compare natin sa dalawa i-compare natin. Number one, yung final output nyo, yung lahat significant na. Tapos you have to make a conclusion kung mas maganda siya kaysa dun sa previous one. Ha? You don't have to compare it to the others kasi yung progression naman kita natin na habang nagtatanggal na tayo ng tatanggal, merong mas gumaganda yung yung model natin. Okay, and then lastly, guys, okay, dun sa last, okay, ang gagawin nyo, Control M, regression, maybe on another sheet na lang ito. Okay? Isama nyo lahat guys, isama nyo lahat, yung X, si Y yung wage, and then you click this stepwise regression. I-generate ni RealStat yung isa natin. Kasi iba yung pag-generate niya. Tapos i-compare natin kung parehong kakalabasan itong stepwise regression na to. Kasi magbibigay siya din siya ng final output niyan eh. Then let's see if it's the same as our final output. Okay, clear guys? So, tapos may multicollinear pa rin tayo dito. No? Ibig sabihin, may mga nag-aagawan pa dyan na variables na who's trying to explain yung natin, yung independent variable natin. Any questions? Any questions, guys? Hello. Any questions?
None, sir.
None,
None,
sure.
sir.
Sure. Say good. Naintindihan naman. Kung hindi no questions, naintindihan ba?
Yes, sir.
Anong sir? Walang yes,
Sir.
Ha?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Narinig ko, sir lang. Wala yung yes.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, so I hope naintindihan guys ha. So continue with this. Ilang steps na lang naman yan. Okay? And then nagko-compare tayo bawat isa. Tapos in another worksheet, subukan nyo yung pinakita ko. Regression din, multiple regression. And then click this. Ha? Click this. Tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari kung si RealStat na yung maggagawa ng stepwise regression para sa atin. Then let's compare kung pareho ba yung output na i-generate niya. Okay? All right. So next meeting, structural tayo, R. We're going to do this in R, and then yung structural modeling tayo. Ibig sabihin, paano kung nakalog yung dependent variable, log yung independent variable? Kasi pwede yun. No? Anong gagawin natin pag ganun? Paano i-interpret yun? Okay, and then finally guys, pagkatapos yan, konting diagnostics na tayo. That's for heteroscedasticity, etc. And then we move on na to time series. Okay? Hindi pa muna pala time series. Panel data muna. Combination ng time series at saka ng ng cross-sectional. And then time series, and then sana medyo maka-advance tayo ng ano sa time series. Yung medyo advanced in GARCH. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. You have any questions? I hope you learned something today. I'll post the videos once makuha ko na sa Zoom yung ano.
Sir,
Yes?
sir, yung attendance mo
Attendance.
nakaano.
Sino yung sandali?
Ako, sir.
Okay, sandali. Kung okay na kayo, guys, if no more questions, yung mga na-late na lang kanina ang ano, sige. Yung may ano yung attendance siya.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, sige. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you,
sige.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Saan na yung attendance natin ito?
Sir,
Yes.
pwede pa akong mabel sa attendance, sir?
Sige, sure.
Sir,
Pero ako
dapat
po.
na-late po.
Si Pao, okay?
Sir.
Kita mo yung screen? Kita mo yung screen, Pao?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay.
Okay na po. Thank you, sir.
Sino pa? Si?
Pa rin, sir.
Okay, Adrian. Sige. Sino pa?
Hallelujah po, sir.
Alright, sige. Sure, thank you. Ira.
Thank you, sir.
so
Bye.
much, sir.
Alright, sige.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
po.
Okay, sige. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.